What's up, guys? Today is part 4 in turning $1,000 to $100,000 flipping cars. And today I'm happy to announce that we got that Ford Escape sold. We sold it for $1,900, so now we're going to be taking that $1,900 and I'm going to be taking you guys along with me as I go to the auction and see what the next car is that we can come up with. All right, guys, let's get to it. What's up, guys? My name is Jamal from Flipping University. In this channel, I help people go from amateur to expert flipping cars so that they can build a life of freedom, doing whatever they want, whenever they want. As you heard in the intro, I sold the Ford Escape and we made a little over $1,000 in profit with only about 5 hours of work in total, basically just detailing the cars, so not bad at all. As you saw, we sold our Ford Escape, and that's the first car that's going to be going along our whole series, and we sold it for $1,900. So today is the day we're actually going to be taking that money and going back to the auction to see what we can come up with. But before we actually go to the auction, just as a thank you for you guys just clicking into the video, I want to give you guys something. I put together a free checklist for you guys that you could just quickly download onto your phone and take with you for every car you're going to be checking out. It's going to be the 10 main steps that you could use to actually get a good deal with every car you're about to purchase. To get access to that, just go to the link in the description below. And now let's go to the auction. All right, we're here at the auction. There's a couple of cars we're going to be trying to look through before anyone else. The first car is actually run number 1, so we're going to try to check out that really quick before everyone starts coming and crowding around it. And I would say that there's probably around like 15 cars I'm going to be checking out and showing you what I'm going to be bidding on. And just so you know, I'm going to be following around the same process basically with every car. After going up to the car, I'll take a quick walk around it just to make sure the car isn't all busted up. Then I'll jump inside and check the engine codes and things like that, make sure everything works after that, like the AC, heat, all that good stuff. After that, I'll pop the hood, check around the engine, make sure that's all good, check underneath the car, make sure that there's no leaks. And then the last thing, you're not really supposed to be taking the car on test drives with some of the auctions, but I'm not buying any cars without taking a test drive. I have to at least make sure the transmission is actually good. So I'll quickly look around to make sure that there's no guys like these guys over here that's going to be patrolling the area. But if I'm all good, then I'll take the car out real quick and then bring it back. Usually for this auction, they just want you to put the car in drive, go up a little bit, and then put it in reverse. But I don't think that's enough, really. All right, so I'm at the beginning of the lane where this car is supposed to be. It was actually a Honda Odyssey, and for whatever reason, it's not here. Maybe someone just took the car out for a test drive themselves and didn't bring it back or whatever. But we're going to keep it pushing. All right, this is the first car right here. It's a 2009 Chevrolet Traverse. Has 154,000 miles on it. We're just gonna take a quick walk around it, see how the condition is. Looks like there was a little bit of paint fading on the side there, but nothing too crazy. All right, not bad, not bad. Now let's jump inside, see how it's looking inside. And does it start? Yes, but barely. That thing is struggling to start. And it looks like there's a check engine light on, so I'm going to scan it up and see exactly what's wrong with it. So I just scanned up the computer and it looks like there's no codes that's popping up, but at the same time, it also looks like the codes have been cleared recently. So you guys already know me. I'm not taking that risk. Ain't nobody got time for that. On to the next car. All right, the next one that could fall into our price range is this right here. It's a Volkswagen EOS. I'm not exactly sure if you want to get into this. It looks like the paint's a little messed it up. Ooh, and on top of that, it seems like it's missing this back glass right here. I'm not exactly sure how much that's going to be to replace. But let's just start it up and see what the full story is like. Sheesh, and on top of that, it actually seems like the seat is talking. We're probably going to end up passing on it, but yeah, let me just see if it starts anyway. And it doesn't even start, so it's a no-go. All right, the next thing right here is this 2006 Ford Freestyle. Also looks like it could be in our price range. Looks like the inspection literally just passed. Let's take a quick walk around. It looks pretty clean aside from that defect right there. Actually has a nice interior. On top of that, it also has a broken key. I don't know why they'd even keep this key in here. They might as well just throw this thing out. But we'll try the other one and see if this starts. Jeez, and I can actually see why the key probably broke. For some reason, it's a struggle just to put the key inside. All right, for whatever reason, I just cannot actually put the key all the way inside, so we're just gonna pass on it. And this is actually the funny thing. I mean, already I've passed by like 4 or 5 cars so far, and I actually haven't seen one that's actually been decently good. But at the same time, there's plenty of choices that we have here, and it's not just here I'm going to be checking. I'm also going to be checking the online auction if things don't go well today, but we'll see what happens. All right, this next one is this Ford Expedition. Has 161,000 miles on it. Also looks like the inspection just finished up. This one has a rip in the seats, but let's see if this one actually starts up. All right, she starts. There is actually a check engine light that's on. We'll see what it scans up for. All right, so I scanned it up, and it's actually overall good news. The couple of codes that came up aren't really that big of a deal. It's a cylinder misfire, and it looks like there's a leak that's coming up somewhere, but nothing that would be too big for us to handle. And on top of that, it doesn't look like the person that's selling the car actually tried to clear codes on us. So far, so good. Now we're just gonna check to make sure everything works, like the heat, AC, and all that good stuff. All right, everything worked like it was supposed to inside. Now we're just gonna check around the engine bay. Ooh, so I just pulled under the engine cap. It looks like we have some milky residue. If it's looking like that, you guys definitely just gotta pass up on it unless you're really trying to take on that job. But this could be something like a blown head gasket, so we're just gonna pass up on it. All right, next thing is this GMC Envoy. Looks like the inspection is actually good until later this year, which is actually nice. Of course, as you can see here, the paint is a little messed up, but I mean, if the price is right, we'll see how it goes. Also looks like the side is a little busted up here as well. Same thing, does it start? Nope. So we're passing on it. And I actually went over this in another video, but I'm just gonna go over it again in case you didn't see that one. But usually when the car doesn't start at an auction, I don't really chance it. I could try to jump the car and then check everything after that. But after the battery dies, then all the codes get reset. And for me, I'd rather not take the risk, especially when it's an auction car. Because to be honest, a lot of these dealers will try to do whatever it takes to sell a car. So if they could try to clear codes and stuff like that before you actually buy the car, that's what a lot of them are gonna do. So when you see that a car doesn't start, for me and my channel, I'm just usually gonna be passing on it. Next thing is this Volkswagen Passat right here. We'll see how this looks as well. Looks like some of the trim is messed up on the side, and it's a good amount of scratches too. And it also doesn't start. And with the Volkswagen, I'm definitely not taking that chance. All right, this is another one right here. It's a 2008 Chevy Trailblazer. The dumb thing is whoever parked this pickup truck next to it and gave no space to even open the front door. I actually had to start the car from the passenger seat just because of that bozo with the pickup truck. But it actually started up. We're gonna check to see if it has any codes on it. And as you can see, it looks like the iron readiness codes for this were cleared as well. So again, we're passing on it. Keep in mind, if you guys want to take that risk when you guys do this yourself, that's up to you. I just don't like to take the risk. I've been burned with the cars before, so I'd rather not even chance it. Oh, and I will say too, to be honest, a lot of these people will actually take the risk when they're buying a car like this, even if the codes were cleared, just because when they're selling the car to somebody else, they're gonna go clear the codes themselves as well. So to them, they really don't care. But for me, I think that's really messed up. I'd want to do unto others as I'd want done to myself, so that ain't me. All right, I gotta say, it's not looking the greatest so far. We're more than halfway through the cars that we actually had to check out before we came here. But you never know, things could still come up. That's good. This one right here is the next one. It's a 2009 Hyundai Sonata. Has 160,000 miles. Looks like it's in decent condition. It's a little scratched up in the front, but nothing too crazy. So it starts up all good, but I could hear a weird knocking noise that I know is pretty common with these cars too. I'll see if you guys can actually hear it. That's not sounding good, so I'm just gonna stay away from it. All right, this is a Hyundai Sonata I'm checking out. It looks like there's a couple of codes that came up, but nothing too crazy. Everything is actually working as it's supposed to, so we're gonna continue checking out the car. Everything actually looked pretty good with the car. This is something I would actually go for. It does look like it's a little rougher on the edges though, so I wouldn't be able to sell it in like perfect condition. If I bought this, I'd probably be able to sell it tops around like $2,000. So I wouldn't really want to be all in for it over $1,000. So we'll see how much it goes for at the auction. Got another Hyundai Sonata over here. This one's a 2010 Hyundai Sonata with 127,000 miles. Looks pretty good from the outside. We actually have to hurry up with things because things are starting to go through the lanes now. Gonna start it up now. Check to see if there's any codes on the system. It looks like the engine light is already on. And nope, also passing up on this one. Looks like they cleared the codes on this as well, so that's a no-go. Looks like somebody dropped this Honda Accord extra low. It must be a struggle taking this thing over a speed bump. This is actually a nice one right here. This is a 2011 Chevy Malibu. Looks like it could actually possibly be under our price range as well. as long as people don't go crazy overbidding for it. But it looks pretty clean. Looks like it could use a bit of a detail on the inside, but it actually started off. The heat actually works all good. There's no codes on the dash. No codes were cleared as well. Man, it was looking so good until I ended up pulling the engine cap, and it looks like there's some milky residue underneath this one too, so we're gonna have to pass on this as well. All right, this is one of the last vehicles we're checking out. It's a 2006 Honda Odyssey. Looks like they got a whole bunch of writing on the windows. Whoever's trying to sell this thing is going extra hard. But does it start? Nope. So apparently they didn't go hard enough. And this car right here is actually the last car we're going to be checking out. Actually looks like a pretty good car from the outside. Leather on the inside. Oh, and it has one of these different type of keys too, where you just push the key in to start. But it doesn't look like it starts. Oh well. All right, so we checked out all the cars that could possibly be in the budget. Keep in mind, again, this is just the cars that I'm checking out that's titled here. I'm not trying to go for the cars where the title is absent. We're waiting forever to get the title. We're trying to keep the series going as quickly as possible, so we'll see how it goes. Let's see if we can actually come home with something today.
Thank you, 12, 13, 14, 14, 1400, 14, 1500.
Well, as you could see, it wasn't the greatest time at the auction. We had a decent amount of cars to choose from, but it's all good. As I said, there's other ways that you could actually do it. This is just going to be one of them that I like to do, going to the actual auction itself. The way I actually got my last car was from the online auction, and then we're also going to be doing private sale as well. So either or, I'm sure we're going to be able to get a new car by the next video. But until then, as I said in the beginning of the video, if you guys didn't check it out now, definitely get the free checklist. It's in the description below. It's just going to be 10 easy steps so you can follow along to make sure that the car that you're getting is going to be a good deal. And on top of that, I'm also going to put my email in the description for anyone that also wants to try to get auction access just like I have, without having your own dealership. But all right guys, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to be alerted when the next video comes out, where we're going to be showing exactly what car we got with our $1,900. All right guys, till next time, peace.